We are live. I have started the Streamcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome. While I really need to get a bot so that when I go live again, it does it automatically. But the last time that happened, it banned my Twitter account for spam, I think, or something. So I'm afraid to do
awful.
it. Yeah. But we're live here, another Streamcast, and quick correction, I suppose. Last time we did the Streamcast, the entire time I said Streamcast number 3. It was actually number 4. So obviously the VODs and stuff are up now. But that entire time I was like, oh, Streamcast number 3. So this is number 5, the fifth one. I don't know what number we have to get past where we were at for our old Spicy Salsa podcast. But that is definitely my first step. Get past that one and then be consistent with this one. So far, we've done a much better job all around than we did with that. The only thing I don't have compared to that old one is title cards, and I'll get some music for you too, actually. People, you know what Square Enix did that was really nice? This is not part of the intro, for the record. Just, I'm throwing it in there, though, because I'm going to play this music on stream. They actually made a music channel with free music that people can use either for personal use or streams or whatever, and Square Enix makes the money off of it, obviously, through views and stuff. It'd be nice if Nintendo could figure out how to do that, but nonetheless, there you go. So that's what we'll be listening to, is one of the videos from their YouTube channel, which is kind of cool. So I'm Brock Farrell, this is Josh Allen, and here we go, Streamcast number 5. It was kind of a slow gaming news week unless you paid attention to the state of play, and we did. So we're not going to talk about it very much because we already did that yesterday live. I had thought about having that as its own Streamcast, but that didn't work out for 2 reasons. 1, because Josh forgot about it, and 2, there's plenty of other topics anyway, so that would have been a super long one. The Nintendo Direct was like, it was 40 minutes. There was enough for it to be one Streamcast, whereas the State of Play, we would have had to like kind of mix the two, which was kind of the original plan, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So if you want to hear any kind of thoughts on the March 10th, 2022, March 9th, I guess, because today's the 10th, 2022 Sony State of Play, I'll have the video up on the YouTube right after this this Streamcast. So unless you have already saw it, there you go. And this is also the 5th day in a row that I've streamed, which is, it's been a very long time since I've done that many days in a row, but things kept coming up. Elden Ring stuff, the State of Play, and then having to do the Streamcast today instead. I can't even remember what the 5th stream was now, but there we go. So normally I just stream twice a week, soon to be 3 times a week again, probably, though. But one thing I did want to, and this is officially the intro, want to mention from the State of Play yesterday. So yesterday during the State of Play, this is another kind of like clarification. We watched, what is that game that cucked everyone?
Oh, you're talking about Exoprimal?
Is that what it's called? Exoprimal?
The one that everybody thought was supposed
Dino
to be...
Crisis?
Dino Crisis, yeah.
So, yesterday during the State of Play, I was talking about how, like, I think, like, it's not fair to judge the game just by being like, hey, it's like, this game that they had Dino Crisis advertised in, they should have just, like, announced the game and then at a later date been like, hey, we have Dino Crisis characters in it. for anyone interested, or the girl and then dinosaur or something like that. Come to find out, it's even worse. The girl in the trailer is not even the Dino Crisis girl. So there is nothing that is Dino Crisis about that game. And
I guess Capcom just has a weird fucking thing with red-haired people then, huh?
well, they made it look so much like Regina, I think that's her name, from Dino Crisis. And this just, it goes back for me. I'm like, I had said this earlier, that this has to be one of the worst game reveals I have ever seen, because you've cucked people into thinking that this longtime franchise has some kind of attention given to it. Once again, even if the franchise isn't coming back, people just like to see that companies have not forgot it. For example, the final game at the State of Play, Valkyrie Profile, coming back yesterday. It's not a turn-based JRPG, so some people are a little like, but they're more just happy that they're acknowledging that that franchise still exists and that there's something they can do with it. So for them to be like, hilariously, have nothing, absolutely zero, fuck all to do with Dino Crisis.
Regina who?
I think that's the girl from Dino Crisis, is it not?
Yeah, no, I'm saying like that's Capcom's reaction to it.
Oh, gotcha, yeah. Yeah, and it's like, so now you really have people just like not talking about this game for what it is, a 5v1 evolved style dinosaur waves, something, whatever. It's fucking nobody cares about the actual game itself. Now everybody's just like, I wish we had Dino Crisis. Horrible reveal. Horrible fucking presentation on that.
Yeah, they
really
fucked up by just... They shouldn't have shown her at all.
Really bad idea. Like, imagine how some of the devs, because I know it's Capcom, but I don't know if like it's like Capcom's like A team. This might be like a company that they like Capcom might be publishing it. I don't know.
You're saying they might be outsourcing it?
Well,
even though it's not like something that they've made before.
I guess it says it's from
IP,
it says it's from Capcom, but imagine how the developers feel just being like, nobody's actually talking about the game we just made. They're just care that Dino Crisis is not a thing.
It wasn't there.
Yeah. Anyways, smaller topic, but I like to keep the consistency with, especially with games that are our favorites. I'd like, one thing with the Streamcast going forward is to revisit things that like we definitely like, so that maybe we can have some kind of authority just in the social media scene on those games that we love. Because the more and more you talk about one thing and the more and more you have strong, good opinions on the series that you like, the more and more people listen to you when it comes to that series. That being said, Soul Hackers, which is, I'm the Shin Megami Tensei guy, did not have a lot of new news, but I did want to bring up the fact that Atlas did... I don't know if... Actually, I have the tweet. Give me a minute. Let me look for it. I got it right here. Where's it at? There. Oh, and then I lost it. Atlas has filed a trademark for Soul Hackers, which related to Soul Hackers 2. Atlas has also stated that they are planning to make Soul Hackers one of the company's tentpole... Am I saying that right? Franchises, beginning with the upcoming game. They have plans to make Soul Hackers like a long-running series.
So basically, they're going to be giving it the Persona treatment.
Well, maybe not as many, but yeah, like yes, it's a long-running. They're gonna have many. Turn my computer down a smidge.
They want to make Soul Hackers a household name.
Basically, yeah, they're gonna make it a long-running type of deal here, and. I've been playing through the first one because, like I said, it's one of the few Shin Megami Tensei games I haven't played, so I'm trying to get myself familiar with it, so I kind of know a little bit, know what I'm talking about and stuff.
I've been skipping all the dialogue, and I know nothing.
Oh, no. The story's... it starts off a little confusing, but I'm figuring it out. It's definitely... I can see why some people with the 3DS version were like, yeah, it hasn't, like... translated well into the 3DS. Like, there is a lot of very PS1 thing. The game is super fucking gray. Like, it's not... When you're in, like, the town you go into a virtual world. When you're in that virtual world, like, man, a lot of the buildings blend in and stuff, and you can kind of get lost just because, and the way that the game works is it runs on it's an old school, like, dungeon crawling style, like JRPGs where...
Okay, are we talking about, like, way old school where it's, like, first person's perspective?
Yes.
And it's, like, from the very first dungeon crawlers?
It's like, yes, it's like first person's perspective. Wow. You're walking on a grid.
That's cool.
I mean, Atlas did a lot of those. Atlas did, what was the other, Strange Journey is like that too. So, although Strange Journey, I feel like I recall it being a little bit more straightforward, at least at the beginning of the game. That being said, so far the characters are really solid. I mean, I haven't gotten super far, nothing like that, but... And it's kind of like a conspiracy kind of game, like, a company actually owns the demons, and they made this virtual world, and then they gave everybody in this area of, I assume you're in Japan. I don't think they actually say that, but Amami City, they gave everybody free computers with free access to this game, so everybody can. So they kind of like run this area.
So basically, it's like the Big Brother conspiracy.
Yeah, and then like the other thing is like the thing that kind of confused me. I have to get this right because I didn't feel like the game explained it super well at the beginning. But I think what you do, the reason it's called Soul Hackers, is you can hack the souls of people who have died. Watch how they died, and then you can. And then, like, the idea is, like, something happens story-wise that you have to go to, like, an area, like, the place that they died. Like, the first place you go is the corporation that actually owns these demons. Okay. And so you have to, like, go there and... for your own personal reason, but you kind of know the area because you had already hacked someone's soul and saw it, kind of thing.
It's basically like like a premonition sort of thing, where it's
yeah,
like you get to kind of get an early look at what you're going to be doing next.
Yeah, and I don't think the game. I think I'm early on enough that perhaps I haven't gotten far enough where the game explains like exactly how everything works, like because there's a lot of things like. I got, there's just a lot of things that have not had a full explanation yet. The game throws a lot really quick at, so, anyways. Yeah, so Soul Hackers is here to stay. It's obviously going to be around for a while. I will say, like, first things first, like, for all the Shin Megami Tensei fans, when Soul Hackers 2 was announced, and they're like, why does it look like super cybery, modern, and colorful? And I was like, if you saw the original game by this point... I'm not saying it's ugly game, but it's one of those games where it's like, boy, this could use some color for some.
I mean, it's a product of its time.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool looking game, and like I love the art direction and stuff. It's old school Shin Megami Tensei. It's not Shoji Meguro.
Persona also kind of like. Go with that as well, with like all the dark and grayish colors.
Yeah, actually, this game more than any other Shin Megami Tensei game so far really reminds me of Persona 2. It has the same like the way that you walk around the city, which is kind of just like it's a picture of a map, and you're just a little like icon, and you just move it around. Same way Persona 2. There's a lot of things about this game that remind me of Persona 2 so far, more than any other Shin Megami Tensei game. But anyways, Forspoken was delayed. I just thought I'd throw it out there. I know that's not a game we're going to talk about on the Streamcast a lot. I'm not going to like constantly bring it up. That's why I'm throwing in the intro, because it was news. But it's a game I'm kind of interested in. And that one got delayed for a while. Actually, speaking of game delays, I'm just going to shift to another topic. Did you hear about Advanced Wars?
I did. I did hear about that. I did read that. And that's unfortunate but understandable.
Yeah. So Nintendo delayed Advanced Wars 1 and 2 remake, which I'm excited for. I'm not like a huge Advanced Wars fan, but I do like tactical JRPGs, as you know. And I do like Advanced Wars 1. I actually never played 2, so I was going to get this. They delayed it because of the war going on in Ukraine right now, so it's kind of understandable. And it's really interesting that a lot of people pointed out that the first Advanced Wars was actually delayed because of 9/11. So Advanced Wars just has a really bad luck.
Rap.
Yeah. And the fact that it was the first Advanced Wars game and then the remake of the first one that this happened to.
Yeah, the game's just cursed.
Yeah. I am looking forward to that one. I can wait a little longer. I was like, I understand. I didn't really, I didn't have any thoughts on that. I'm not gonna be like they should or should not do that. I'm just like, okay, whatever, whatever you want to do. I don't,
and throwing opinions into that well is kind of a dangerous idea too.
It is, but I also just don't care. Like I'm like, I'm like, if it makes them look better as a business, sure. If it, and they were honest, like they said exactly what it was for. It's not like they were being weird or nothing. And last topic for the intro, of the lesser topics. I'm gonna look it up right now. I just thought this was really interesting, but it's kind of neat. I never played this game, but Glover is coming to Steam. Did you see that?
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes, it is.
Game. Really?
Yep. April.
That game was a pain in the ass.
April 20th. Glover
I
is.
liked it, but the game was so fucking hard.
I'll probably play it just because a lot of people haven't.
We need to find more shitty N64 era games to play. Just really horrible ones.
Oh god. Let me bring this up for people watching real quick here.
I liked Glover. I liked it, but it was a pain in the ass to play.
There it is. Glover, right there on I have it on my page. Yeah, it's already got listing on Steam. I never played this. I didn't play a lot of the N64. I just didn't play a shit ton of N64.
Right now that you are gonna fucking hate the ball. The ball is a core mechanic of the game, and it is not. The thing about Glover is that the ball and the glove themselves are separate entities. So like you can play as just the glove and leave the ball somewhere and completely forget where it is, and then get fucked.
Oh, well, there you go. Who made that actually? Who? Pico Interactive. Are we to believe that this company that made Glover is still around?
Am I really to believe that Rob Lord was the composer of the video game's music?
Oh, Pico Interactive is. They were founded in 2013.
Blitz Games were the developers. Really? It says Hasbro was the publisher of Glover, and the developers was Blitz Games and Blitz Game Studios. Did they rebrand?
No, Pico Interactive, I assume, bought this IP.
Oh, the Steam version is being done by Pico?
Yes. Well,
okay.
Yes, I guess. I assume that's what. Yes.
Okay.
Blitz Games closed in 2008. And before that, they were known as Interactive Studio, which I think is what they made Glover under. I don't know. It's. I'm not gonna look into it right now. It's way too confusing just to figure out the history of Glover right here in the middle of the Streamcast.
Oh,
but
the publisher is also Bleem.
Bleem.
Yeah. Oh man.
Well. Anyway, on to the real topics. There you go. Glover's coming to stream. Forspoken, delayed. Advanced Wars
Stream
delayed.
Or Steam?
Steam, excuse me. It's not coming to stream. Not that I don't think.
No, my hopes and dreams.
Unless somebody really fucking wants me to play Glover, but
yeah, put a donation goal.
For Glover?
Yeah, I'll be sure to meet it for.
It would have to. You'd have to pay me some fucking money to get me to. I mean, maybe not. I don't know. It looks kind of charming, I guess.
I will give you $1.
Oh God, that doesn't sound worth it. Like,
yeah, probably isn't.
Anyway, Super Smash Bros. Is not going to be at EVO. Oh, there's Ouija Gamer. He said.
Why?
He said Glover stream when.
Okay.
All
right. I did just look at that. I see people saying that Nintendo's doing it just because it's Nintendo and they pick and choose.
The Smash, yes. So,
it's just Nintendo being Nintendo.
So Nintendo has made. I'm reading an IGN article here. Nintendo has made the decision to not have Super Smash Bros. Game be a part of EVO 2022, the world's largest fighting game tournament that is now owned by Sony. I'm willing to bet this has to do with something to do with the fact that it is now owned by Sony.
Yeah.
So they, EVO had a message, and this is a little bit old news, by the way, because our Streamcast is only every 2 weeks right now. Maybe someday we'll change that, but for now. And so this news came out March. When did this news come out? I don't know. It was a little while ago. This tweet is from February 26th. There you go. So they announced, no Smash Bros. At EVO. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, Smash Bros. Has been there for a really long time. 2007 is what the little tweet there says. 2007 is how long Smash Bros. Has been at EVO. So, kind of a big bummer. I assume. I'm trying to think. They just announced the lineup actually. But the
other thing that I could think of potentially as to why Nintendo is not putting the game there or saying they can't put it there is because of the fact that Nintendo announced that they were going to have their own championship tournament.
Yeah, and I figured that probably has something to do with it too.
Because I'm sure that's they didn't want to run the risk of splitting viewership and somehow getting less money because of it.
Maybe. And I don't know when
everybody focused on them.
I don't know when they're doing theirs.
Well, they did it 3 weeks ago.
Did they already do theirs?
No,
Oh.
I was kidding. I was joking.
Well, you got me. Yeah, I don't know what their main stage game is now. I know they have the EVO lineup. I might enter Guilty Gear again this year. Although, is it online? I actually don't even know. If it's online like last year, I might do Guilty Gear again. I was planning on playing some Guilty Gear soon. Yeah, it's a big bummer for Super Smash Bros. Fans, and what do you do though? I mean, they got plenty of other games. That's the nice thing, I'm still gonna watch a lot of EVO matches. I'm a big fan of all fighting games, so I'm trying to think, if they have. And once again, I don't remember the lineup. I like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus a lot. Dragon Ball Fighters is obviously there. That's probably going to be one of their big ones.
All right, so I found the lineup. I don't know if it's going to get updated at all, but from what I can see here, it says Street Fighter 5, Guilty Gear, Mortal Kombat 11, Tekken 7, King of Fighters 15, Melty Blood.
Ooh, that's
Fighters, cool. Grand Blue Fantasy, and they're putting Skullgirls Second Encore in there.
Okay. I mean, it's a really good lineup. That's a really good.
Have we seen a Skullgirls game at EVO before?
I thought they were gonna do it when they did the. Did they not do it last year?
I do not know. I'm gonna look it up.
Okay. But
they did do it last year.
Melty Blood, that's cool. That's a new one. I want that game. I still haven't played it. King of Fighters 15, obviously that just came out, so it's kind of a big deal. Yeah, I like all these games. The only one, I'm actually the two I'm not the biggest on is Mortal Kombat 11 and Street Fighter 5. But I understand why they're there, But those are the two. I like Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat I really actually don't really care for. I just don't
Mortal Kombat is basically just, it's the same thing that they've had for the longest amount of time. It's just getting more gory as time goes on. I think that they're trying to focus more on the gore aspects of the game as opposed to like advancing evolving their gameplay. It's just the same.
I've always just felt like it feels, the controls especially feel a lot less smooth than the other fighting games.
Yes,
especially
they do.
They feel really like tight.
Yeah, they do. I played a little bit of it, and it's not very.
I might, if this is all online. Once again, I have to look, but I wouldn't mind doing Dragon Ball FighterZ. I need to brush up on that one a little bit. Guilty Gear again this year.
Do some Dragon Ball FighterZ streams.
I would play Dragon Ball FighterZ on stream, absolutely. I love that game. Like, took me a little bit to get into as a fighting game, because that was when they were really changing Arc System Works, and I was used to the old school like BlazBlue and stuff. But yeah, no cross tag battle. I just realized that no cross tag battle this year. I would like to see Melty Blood, just on the account I haven't seen a whole lot from that game. So I like how this turned into an Evo just segment. That's okay with me though. I'm when is Evo actually this year?
Oh, I just closed the fucking page down.
I'm looking. I have a page here. No Marvel vs. Capcom stuff still. August 5th to the 7th. So there is a hosting stage this year, so maybe it's not online.
That kind of sucks.
Which would be a bummer, but I thought that they said to sign up on Smash.gg. I guess I could go there real quick. For some of these games, it's possible that they are doing some. Okay, Evo 2022. So they're doing something here. Let's take a look. Let's take a quick look. We got time. We got a little bit of time. Evo returns to offline competition. Okay. So let me see here. As an example, if I wanted to enter Guilty Gear, let's take a look. Click on Guilty Gear. They have a really nice setup on the Smash.gg this year. Last year was a little messier. And then Smash.gg starts glitching out as usual. Here, I get this up on the screen for you guys so you can see it too. What I'm looking at here, which is just a screen glitching the fuck out. Maybe I'm not gonna get to look at this. What the hell is this? All right. I'm not doing that, by the way. For anybody watching that, it is just doing that on its own. Let's try to click on Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's just not gonna load for me. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if you just like register on Smash.gg and then you have to actually go to the event.
Who knows?
Okay, maybe that is what it is. So maybe it is only in person this year, because when you go to register, you have to pay like $80. So I might not get to stream it this year. Big bummer. Big bummer.
That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's other online tournaments.
I'll look into it, but yeah, I would definitely love to play more. I would not travel to Evo unless I had money to participate.
And do very good.
And then just lose. It'd pay $80 to just lose. It would be fun to go, but all right, well, anyways, we'll move on to the next subject since we just saw that disappointing news. Pokemon Gen 9 was announced. This is also old news. That was really unfortunate. That came out like right after the last Streamcast.
That seems to be a running thing with us, though.
Oh, here's it. I knew
something, and then something big happened.
Yeah, I knew that when we did a 2-week Streamcast that someday we are gonna have to switch it to 1 weeks every week, because it's just, and sometimes you get lesser news because of that, but when you do the 2-week ones, you miss out on these things. You're late to the party, and in today's YouTube scene, you really have to like upload things like fucking immediately. Like, people upload their state of play reactions as they're doing it sometimes, right? So
yeah, I mean they'll do it. They'll stream it live, and then right after just upload the VOD to their channel.
Yep. And I forgot to do that yesterday with ours, so that's okay. But yeah, basically, I knew that was going to be a bit of a thing, and unfortunately, sometimes the bigger things and get announced right after we do a streamcast. So right after we did the last one, and I didn't stream it either because it was at 9 in the morning, and I didn't expect this. I don't think a lot of people expected this, but Pokemon Gen 9 was announced. It is starting to look more like what they were kind of hoping for on the Switch. So I think, I could be wrong, because the Pokemon community is super fucking, let's find every little thing that we can find, because it's such a big franchise, so we have to make sure that it's perfect. Whatever you want to call that.
Entitled?
They're very picky. They're very, very nitpicky, picky, and every other kind of picky that you can think of. I think, though, the vast majority of people are a little bit more on board with Game Freak now than they were with Sword and Shield. I think maybe they finally got into a place where Game Freak feels good, the people feel a little better about the direction of the series. Although maybe they don't love it, I think they're willing to play it. Although, let's be real, I think they were always willing to play it. They just said they weren't. But that didn't mean they liked it. I think when Sword and Shield came out, my big knock on the game was, like, say what you want, like, whether you like it or don't. It was a very polarizing game. And you don't want your game to be polarizing. You want the vast majority of people to like it. So whether you like the game or not, like if you absolutely love Sword and Shield, you can't deny that having the game being super polarizing is a good thing, because that means that they're not doing something right if you are split 50-50. And that's kind of what it felt like. Sword and Shield felt like 50-50. Obviously, I think most people liked it, but if we're talking about the people who had a voice in the community, we're not talking like little kids who enjoyed it and played it. Yeah, it kind of felt like adults were like, maybe 50-50 split on whether they like Sword and Shield or not. And even the people that did like Sword and Shield, like, I like it enough, were like, yeah, but it's still one of the worst Pokemon games. Like, I would put it second to last. I'd have to go back and play it, but I just remember really not loving X and Y. The more and more I think about it, I might like it even less than X and Y, and so it's not a good thing. But the DLC, so Sword and Shield had the wild areas. They were okay. The DLC for Sword and Shield expanded those wild areas. They were a lot better, and they were a little bit of a glimpse into the future. Arceus comes out, and now we're talking, right? Now we're talking like this is a big open world, although it's like open world split into areas.
It's like Monster Hunter.
Right. Now, this game might still follow that. I don't know, but my best guess is it's more straight up open world, but probably... I can't imagine it's going to be like you go to a home village and then you like go out into a certain area. I don't think it's going to be like that. But I do think the limitations of the Switch are going to make it so that you can't have it just completely open world, but it's going to be more open world. This is what they wanted. This is what they were building up to, and that's why I said, Pokemon fans, I know Sword and Shield's disappointing. Be patient. It's the first one on the Switch. And they made some mistakes, maybe the Dex. I don't even hear the Dex conversation anymore, stuff like that, right? They made some mistakes, but people treated Game Freak like they were like fucking Ubisoft, like this terrible villainous company. I'm like, no, they made a bad game. That's not a sin, right? Like, it happened. So, anyways, what were you going to say?
You said exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, okay, sorry, yeah.
The limitations of the Switch.
Yeah.
They want the big open world game, but you got to remember, this is a game coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch, so they can only make it as big as the Nintendo Switch can handle.
Right. And then also, like, when you think about how big these games get, like, you know, Sword and Shield, it does the open world thing, and it's not perfect. You know what I might do for you guys too? I'll just play the little trailer in the background. While we talk about it, although I will have it on mute because Nintendo is like, no! But
Nintendo grabs you by the balls very quickly with that kind of shit.
Yeah, but, you know, so there you go. I mean, the thing with that was the thing with Sword and Shield is like, you know, as far as open world Pokemon games go, like the wild areas were pretty darn close, and then like we got a little closer, and finally Arceus, and now this, right? So trailer was pretty cool. I saw it, you know, like I didn't watch it live, like I said, I saw it after the fact, and I actually probably shouldn't play this whole trailer because I'll post this on YouTube, but you know, it's just this little cop guy running around. A lot of people thought it was like Detective Pikachu, and then they start showing screenshots, and I'm not gonna lie, I got a little emotional when I saw the starters, and I was that blew my mind. I was like, oh shit, it's Gen 9. My first thought was this is too early, and then I like warmed up to the idea, and you know, there's the starters right there. I'll obviously choose the duck, but I really like the green cat. I always choose the water one though, you know. So we got our starters. It's inspired by Spain, right? I think that's right. People
What did you say it's inspired by what?
Spain?
Oh, Spain.
Yeah, Spain. Spam? It's inspired by spam in a can. So you know, there you go. I'm trying to think if I have any other thoughts. I know Pokemon is a big, you know, for my stream, especially everybody, you know, whenever we talk in Pokemon in the Brock O'Clock, you know, stream, those are always the highest viewed streams, and people, yes, I will probably pick Quaxley, Ouija Gamer, so there you go. Are you gonna get this game? I guess I should ask first, and if you
maybe I was gonna say that I think if I do get this game, I'm probably not going to do what I have been doing because I've been pretty let down by these games the last couple times I've been doing it, but I'm probably not going to get both versions if they have like that special edition that comes with both of them.
Oh.
I'm probably only going to get like one of them.
I'm going to say that I planned on getting both versions of Diamond and Pearl, and I didn't have money at the time, so I was a little disappointed that I wasn't able to get both versions. I got just Diamond this time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with that. Like, I haven't even looked back at that. I've never even thought about going back to get Pearl. I don't even know why I would want both. They don't even need both versions of these anymore, okay? If that is one thing Arceus proved, it's like, we do not need two. Can we just have one? I'm getting Violet, or is that what it is? Violet?
Yeah,
Scarlet.
I'm getting Violet. If I were to get one, I'd also get Violet because Violet's my favorite. You know, purple's my favorite color, so like that would just go better with me.
Yeah.
Main characters' appearances. I don't actually know what the main character.
Okay, actually, that is the last thing we'll touch on, and then we'll move on. Oh boy, the designs of the main characters. That is the worst thing about the trailer. This game looks great. I think this looks like a really good Pokemon game. I'm really looking forward to it. We'll see. That is the one thing most people kind of universally agree on. I completely agree with them. The designs of the two starting, the female and the male protagonists.
You mean like the person we play as?
Yeah. Oh boy, they look. I don't know, man. I know it's probably some kind of Spain-inspired thing. I'm trying to be lenient, but you know what really kills it too? The eyes. Their eyes look a lot less. Actually, they look more realistic, and it's kind of ugly to me. I don't.
It's off-putting.
Yeah, they don't look very good. They look like they came out of some
fucking kids, like elementary outfits for kids.
Yeah, no, they do look like they were in elementary school or something, and which I get they're younger, but well, actually no, Pokemon kids are not elementary kids. Like they're 10 usually or something like that, and then.
Yeah, it just looks like.
Which I guess
outfit,
would
like
just.
Like a school outfit is what it looks like.
Yeah, which I think is
on the shoulders. They have the the like badges on the sides of their shirt that usually would be like the thing that would show your school that you go to.
Yeah, I think they are supposed to be boarding school inspired because that's like a thing, but I don't care. I don't care. They just don't look. I don't like the way they look.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not digging it. Not digging
And
it.
they even have like the shitty knee-high socks too. Come on.
Yeah. So I do agree with that. I did not, and I think most people agree with that. I did not like the appearance of that. So, anything else you want to add to Pokemon?
Have we seen what like the other like main characters look like the gym trainers at all?
I don't think so. I think they just kind of showed some town, like some areas that you'll be able to explore.
If that's what the main characters look like, the playable characters look like, I'm actually worried about what they've done for the gym leaders.
Yeah.
And
No, I
whatever
don't think
this
so. The
version
towns
of
look
games
really
is.
fucking nice, though. Man, they look cool.
Be.
God, the environments just look cool overall.
The biggest thing that I like felt whenever I looked at this city was like one of the pictures of the city reminded me of the city from Sword and Shield that had like all the brick buildings.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I really like the environment so far. Some of the Pokemon look a little better, like the lighting, like Magnemite. Some people are like, it's the same model. I'm like, it is, but if you like really compare it, like he's got a little bit of lighting and some shading to him now. Like the Pokemon look a little better, you know? It is definitely the same models, but some of them do have some nice little touch-ups.
They have textures now.
Yeah, they have some touch-ups and stuff. So, they've been building up to this, and there you go. Like, unfortunately, yeah, we had to have a subpar to shitty, depending on where you stand, Pokemon game, and then we had to have some DLC that were like, why wasn't it more like this? And then finally a side game to really wrap it all up. But I'm thinking this one will be pretty darn good.
Here's to hoping.
Yeah. Anyway, Game Freak's not out of the water yet, but they're on the right track. So I actually real quick before we start the next, I just want to check our uptime to see if we have time to talk about the rest of these topics because there's one.
We have about 18 minutes.
We have 18 minutes. Okay.
It's 5:42.
Okay. So I have how many topics do I have lined up? I have 3. There is one I absolutely want to get to. So I think we're going to cut out one of them. Would you rather, I'll give you an option, talk about Halo Infinite Season 2 update coming out, because we haven't talked about Halo a lot on stream, but there hasn't been a whole lot to say, because all their updates have been delayed and stuff, but they did announce Season 2 stuff finally. Or would you rather talk about how the new Fire Emblem game is probably coming out this year?
Fire Emblem.
Yeah, did you know that? Not the Muso one, not the Muso one. A mainline.
Huh. I wonder, have they revealed any information about it?
Okay, we're gonna talk about it. So, because obviously, so I think I threw this in there because I think, and I don't remember if I said this on the Streamcast. No, I said it before the Direct. I said I thought there would be a Fire Emblem game this year because it's about time. It's a little weird. They've been very quiet, blah, 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 blah. And then what we got was this Muso game, which looks really cool, and I'm really excited for that. Actually, so much that I pre-ordered a Japanese version of it because they have a special edition there. So I pre-ordered their little special edition, so I'll actually have a Japanese copy of the game. So I'm excited for that. However, I still thought it was a little weird. And then it was February. So this article's from February 20th. I'm not sure if that's the earliest the news came out, but this is a few weeks ago that there is an insider. Let me read the story. I'm trying to get to the meat and potatoes of it here. According to a well-known insider, Emily Rogers, on the Fama Board's forums, the new traditional Fire Emblem game from Intelligent Systems is almost finished. It has a development of more than 3 years with support studies, and it would arrive in October 2022 or at the beginning of 2023. According to what Rogers says, Nintendo would release Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes in the first half of the year, and in the second half, and the Nuevo Fire Emblem Day Intelligent Systems, I have no idea what they're trying to say there, in the second half of 2022. Although there is a possibility that the game will be delayed until 2023 so that it doesn't have to compete with Xenoblade and Bayonetta 3 in the fall. Rogers believes that the smartest thing for Nintendo would be to launch a successful game like Fire Emblem alongside the niche series such as Bayonetta 3. So if they were going to launch it next to either Bayonetta or Xenoblade, they're going to go with Bayonetta. But it was something that I had thought, like, you know, even though they announced that Musou Fire Emblem, I did kind of have a deep feeling like maybe they're not out of the water yet. Maybe they still have a mainline Fire Emblem game. It's time. I mean, it's time for a mainline Fire Emblem game. It's been a while, right? Didn't we say, like, the 3-year anniversary of Three Houses is coming up?
It came out, I just had it up.
It's in the summer, isn't it?
In 2019.
2019? So yeah, almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years at some point this year.
It was in July 26th when it came out.
There you go. So, yeah, now, normally, once again, it's not a definitive rule of thumb. I hate to report on rumors. Because rumors usually do just a couple of things. One, it's somebody just making a wild, out there fucking prediction, and everybody's like, he's right, he was right. Well, was he right, or did he or she? Were they right, or did they just make a prediction because you can predict that there's probably something Mario Kart related coming out this year, and then we were all right because it's been a while. Like, you can make that you can make the prediction they're going to show Metroid Prime 4 this year. Can we all make that prediction? Like, there's, you know, if in a month I see, like, this video is like, rumor, Metroid Prime 4 will be at the Game Awards. Okay? They could be making a wild fucking guess because we could all see that coming. That doesn't make them right. It means it makes them right, but it doesn't mean that they knew what they were doing. I generally only report on rumors, or I'm going to talk about rumors when I have some kind of trust that there is a deep truth to it. Emily Rogers is somebody who has broken some things before, so I was like, I'm going to throw this in the Streamcast. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Man, hearing you say that, though, like, I just saw this. This is kind of off topic from that, but
go ahead. Yeah.
A few days ago, I saw a video of, like, Alex Jones talking about.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Where is this going?
Well, just how you were saying, like, you know, if people can say whatever they want, and, like, you know, you say enough things, you'll eventually be right with some of those things. And I saw people arguing about how, like, how it's either he's right all the time and he really knows what he's talking about, and then other people are saying, like, yeah, well, you say enough things, you're gonna eventually get some things right.
Yeah, a dog's ass shines twice in the sun a day.
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah. I got you. You throw enough. Yeah. What's the other one? You throw enough darts at the board, one of them's gonna land. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah. No, I got you. Yeah. Yeah. That's why rumors drive me nuts. And the other thing with rumors too is sometimes, like, when, you know, it's a big rumor, somebody like predicts it, and then they are absolutely fucking right. Sometimes it takes some of the hype away from the announcement. So, you know, I try not to lean too heavily into them, but this was one that was like, I feel like this is worth it. It's not going to kill too much, you know. Like, once again, we all predict there's probably a Fire Emblem game coming out. It's going to be announced this year. Like, I think we're getting a new Fire Emblem very, very soon. Yeah, it's been a while. Well, there you go. We did that topic. So, I'm not sure where we're at here on time.
11 minutes.
Okay. So we're going to skip the conversation about Halo Infinite Season 2.
I have not been keeping up with Halo, so if we were to talk about it, I'd just be like,
Well, it'd be exciting because it's new to you, but I actually don't know what they're doing either. I know there's some, new armors, new maps, a ton of new maps, I think, and
I fucking hope so. I got so sick of playing those same 5 fucking maps.
New big team maps too, because the big team maps fucking suck in Halo Infinite. They are the worst fucking big team maps.
Well, big team maps not only sucked, but it was also just the game mode in general that was like completely broken and just horrible.
Yeah.
Not even fun.
So, well, let's move on to our last topic. And I don't know if you heard about this. When I sent you the topic list, I didn't even think to explain it to you, but I guess I can now in case you didn't hear.
Talking about the thing with Gorilla?
Yeah. Yes. It's Elden Ring related. Wow. Imagine that. Everything's Elden Ring related right now. Me and Gunnar were talking about this at the end of the last stream. We did not talk about it on stream because Gunnar said he thought it would be a good topic for us, and I was like, you're absolutely right. I should put this because I have a lot to say, and it could totally take up the last 10 minutes of our time. So, Elden Ring released, obviously. I don't know if we talked about it at all in Streamcast 4. I think we talked about, like, it coming out it was right before it came out, right? The last Streamcast. So,
with what? For Elden Ring coming out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about, like, it was, like, 1 or 2 days before the game came out that we did our Streamcast, right? So we mentioned it.
Well, actually, I think it might have been after it came out because I do remember that we were... Well, I don't actually remember if we were talking about it or if we were talking about the, like, early reviews of the game, but we were saying, like...
I think that's what it was.
We were disappointed that, Elden Ring kind of already fucking destroyed
Oh, it ruined our segment?
Idea. Yeah, our segment.
We're still going to do that segment, probably, but yeah, it ruined our, like, way too early Game of the Year predictions because it's like, well, Elden Ring just won. That's right, because we were talking about early reviews of Elden Ring. So it had not come out yet. It was coming out, like, the next day or the day after or something. But anyways, so Elden Ring is doing amazing right now. It's still being talked about. Everybody's still talking about it, and everybody's still posting videos and talking about this boss, that boss, their experience, this glitch, that glitch, whatever, like... It's one of the biggest games of the last 10 years, right? Like, maybe even 20. And that being said, there's a little bit of jealousy going on up in the gaming community there. I'm
reading about it right now.
Okay, yeah. The former, I'll read the specific examples that came up on Twitter. Former Battlefield 2042 developer and now current UX director at Ubisoft, Ahmed Salama, I think I'm saying that right, pointed out that Elden Ring snagging a 97 average on Metacritic is proof that game critics don't give a crap about user experience. That's what UX is, by the way. And I'll go to the tweets here, and I can actually bring it up on the screen. Although this website has ads all fucking over. He says on Twitter,
you might be on the same website as me because I'm seeing ads everywhere as well.
Probably. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's like mpfirst.com.
Never mind.
No, okay. He says the fact that Elden Ring scored a 97 on Metacritic is proof that reviewers don't give a flaming poop about game UX. My life is a lie. He then receives, I'll read these all and then we'll dig into these fuckers. He then receives a response from Rebecca Fernandez O'Shea, who works for Nix's. I think it doesn't say in the picture here, but I'll look real quick. She says, nor PC graphics, stability, and performance, apparently. As if that's not what, From Software doesn't care about any of that stuff. And critics don't care about any of that stuff. And then she gets a response from a Horizon dev. Someone who worked on, from Guerrilla Games, who worked on Horizon Forbidden West, I assume Zero Dawn as well. But he says, nor quest design. So people from Software and game critics do not give a flying fuck, according to these people, about user experience, PC graphics, stability and performance, and quest design.
Wow.
Okay. And I think this all came about because this person posted this picture of, like, if Elden Ring was a Ubisoft game, this is what the user experience would look like. And this picture is just a fucking mess. Like, there's shit all over the screen. The game is clearly, like, holding your hand, right? Like, press A to jump, press X to activate this. And there's just... Yeah. I don't know if you have that picture on your page, but I'm looking at it on stream right now.
Oh, that fucking picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. I was trying to be nice about Horizon Zero Dawn ever since it came out, because that is a game that
a lot of people like.
A lot of people like it. PlayStation gamers, you know, it's one of their babies. It's one of their exclusives. I tried really, really hard to get into that game. And I'm glad that Donkey finally made a review of Horizon Forbidden West, which I have not played that one. So I'm not really specifically talking about that one, but a lot of the complaints...
I haven't either.
A lot of the complaints he had about the second game, I had about the first one. I tried so hard with Horizon Zero Dawn. It's not like a terrible game or anything. There's good things about it. There's plenty of good things about it, especially the combat. I no longer feel like I have to be nice about that game because this guy came out and he had to be a fucking asshole about Elden Ring. So let me just rip into these people a little bit. First of all, this picture is hilarious because this is absolutely true about Ubisoft games. The fact that this guy from Ubisoft is coming out and criticizing the user experience of Elden Ring means that he absolutely does not know what a good user experience is, because Elden Ring is perfectly fine. It doesn't hold your hand. And the game just lets the player breathe. It lets them just go out and explore. Does this guy work on Assassin's Creed? I wouldn't be surprised, because that's the type of game that holds your fucking hand. Especially modern day. You know, somebody did come at him, this person, positive vibes. So it says, somebody salty that they worked on an open world sandbox generator that makes uninspired games. And then he called him Ubisad. The fact that a bunch like devs are coming out like salty of another game's development too, it's just like, Elden Ring is not getting good reviews just because of, I guess I don't know why they think it's getting good reviews. Like, it's not just a really good game. This is Game of the Year. And it's going to get Game of the Year more than likely over God of War, more than likely over what's the other big sequel coming out this year? I know I'm missing one.
God of War.
God of War, but there's Breath of the Wild 2. It's probably going to get Game of the Year over both of those. There's good reasons for these, you know. And then going on to the next one. This person talking about PC graphics. Don't even get me started on graphics. Stability and performance. Okay. I'll give her that one. The game has not been the greatest stability-wise on PC. A lot of people have still said the game's still crashing. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. It actually goes to show how good Elden Ring is, though, because when you have an issue like stability and performance, and people still fucking love your game, like when Skyrim came out and it had glitches all over the place, some of them game-breaking, but the game is so fucking good, people don't care. They keep playing it.
Some people even like the glitches too. Like,
yeah,
there's like item duplication glitches in that game, and people fully embrace that kind of stuff.
Right. But even beyond that, like, if you wanted to mock them for those glitches, their game is so good. People can look past all of that. That's a testament to how good that game actually is. Because, you know, if Assassin's Creed, going back to Ahmed here, were to have glitches and game-breaking shit like that, why do they get so much shit? Because you work on the same fucking game every year, so there's really no excuse. It's like, why are these games so fucking bad? Why do they have all these fucking issues? Raise your fucking level of standards, but we know Ubisoft won't do that. We can't look past that stuff with your kind of game, but we can look past stuff like that with a game like Elden Ring because it's that fucking good. It's true. Like, you know, games like Skyrim, that's why they get away with stuff like that. You know, if Grand Theft Auto had a bunch of, you know, glitches, which it's got a pretty decent amount, although Rockstar does polish things up a lot for games that are of their size. You know, I can't even believe these. You'd think you'd root on your fellow developers to, you know, here. It drives me nuts because I'm like, don't even come after Elden Ring. You want to come after, you work at Ubisoft and you want to come after Elden Ring. And then I looked, you know, we had to look up, where's that, where this girl comes from.
Oh, Nixus?
Nixus. So, Nixus Software, a lot of you are like, who the fuck? What did they make? Well, let me tell you. One thing that's really crazy about her comment in particular, that I was talking to Gunnar about this. First of all, when you go to Nix's website, you know what the first game that they're advertising on there for you is? Marvel's Avengers. Don't not even get me started on performance. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really?
Oh my god.
Really? And then we have Deus Ex and Shadows of the Tomb Raiders. Okay. So what does Nix's do? Well, they're actually part of PlayStation Studios as of July 1st last year. So I'm actually a little surprised that, and maybe they did. I told Gunnar, I was like, you know, if I was a higher up at Sony, I'd be like, girl, take that tweet down. We are friends with the people from Software. Why are you coming after the people from Software? Because Sony owns Nix's Software. So if somebody from Nix's is coming out and being like, yo, your game like has poor performance, like I can't believe the critics didn't criticize you more. Like what? Now I'm sure that, you know, Miyazaki or whoever from Software, any of the developers, so they probably don't give a fuck. They didn't look at these tweets, you know. If anything, they're probably like, oh haha, they're jealous of us. But I do want to look real quick. I don't think they develop these games, by the way. From what I can tell with Nix's, they are a video game developer, so maybe they do. But they specialize in porting games to PC, it looks like. They have close ties to Square Enix Europe. They have ported minigames such as Tomb Raider, Marvel's Avengers, and Deus Ex. You've got to be fucking kidding me. They were purchased by Sony, you know, last year. So the Ubisoft thing was one thing. You know, they definitely have no right to talk about. I know the Ubisoft guy did not mention performance, but he mentioned the UX. But Jesus Christ, the fact that somebody actually came out from this company who ported the Marvel's Avengers game and wants to talk about stability and performance, I'm like, have you played that game? It's a fucking mess. It's a mess, and it sucks too. And then
literally calling the kettle black.
Yeah. And then we want to talk about Horizon. All right, quest design. Oh my god, I didn't think I was gonna get super ranty on this. It pisses me off because I'm just like, is this really like these are really developers coming out and not only attacking fellow developers but really not understanding, like, you know, coming from three games that are inferior to Elden Ring. I'm sorry, but Horizon is not as good as Elden Ring. We could talk about the quest design of Horizon a little bit if we really wanted to. I will give him this. Between talking about UX of Assassin's Creed compared to Elden Ring, stability of any of Nix's games, I have to imagine, compared to Elden Ring, and graphics. Why did we even go there? Come on. Enough with the graphics shit. Elden Ring is gorgeous. I know, right? Like, even Jesus.
I don't even understand them saying that.
No, I don't either. And not only does it have better graphics, it has better art direction than probably 99% of all their games that they'll ever work on. I will give him this. The quest design in Horizon Zero Dawn is not bad.
That was a big thing that they focused on with Horizon as well.
Yes.
Their whole thing was they said that they didn't put as many side quests in the game because they wanted to put only a few but have them be really good. Like,
which it is one of the things about Horizon I really liked. I actually thought that was cool. It gives the side quest time to breathe. not that you can't have a bunch of side quests and they work out really well. Fallout 3 was literally carried by a bunch of miniature side quests. I will give him that. However, I don't want to hear anybody from fucking Guerrilla Games coming. Well, you have to imagine they're a little bit peeved because Elden Ring came out and took all of their fucking, took
Their
all
thunder.
the air out of the room. I think I would really dig into Horizon and Guerrilla Games on this, but I would just, because he said it way better than I ever could, he's more articulate and he's funnier too. Go watch Donkey's review of Horizon Forbidden West. You'll understand exactly how I feel about Horizon. And it gives you a good idea of, like, why I think it's not a... You want to talk about an overrated game. It has good things to it. But as Donkey said, Horizon as a series, the first and second game, both of them came out. And then a game that came out just a week later that is much, much better and much, much more inspired to make everybody forget that Horizon exists and to make me go like, yeah, I probably won't go back and play that. Horizon is a game that many people will like, very few people will love. Everybody loves Elden Ring. It's
just true. That's just fact.
Yeah. It feels like it right now at least, but
Yeah.
and I'm not saying Horizon's a bad game. I'm not even saying Assassin's Creed's bad, although nowadays you're better. But
Yeah.
but yeah, we won't go into that. But I'm not even saying Horizon's a bad game. But to have somebody come out, like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, we respect you, Horizon Zero Dawn, but then if you come after me, you coming after Elden Ring? Man, if I was at From Software, I would probably keep my mouth shut because I wouldn't want to stir up any more trouble. But if I was a representative from Software or something like that, I would definitely be like, dude, you want to come after me? You got Horizon Zero Dawn, we got Elden Ring. Come on. I don't know.
All right. I'm just doing some quick looking here. Wow. All right, so Horizon Forbidden West has about 3.1k viewers on Twitch, and Elden Ring has about 254,000 viewers.
Oh my god. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I mean,
if you want to talk about what game that people prefer to watch, you cannot have more day and night numbers. Like, that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's literally blowing it out of the fucking water.
I mean, there's
more than tenfold.
Even if we don't want to talk numbers, though, like, for anybody that's like, well, if that doesn't tell you anything, well, let me just say, like, for Elden Ring to have those numbers after a couple weeks here is actually crazy for a game that's not like multiplayer kind of, like, but it's it's way better designed. Background lore is much more interesting told. I know, like, with Horizon, a lot of it is like, oh, you find these little things and they like the game, you can find, like, objects. It's one of those, like, go around 100% the game by collecting everything on the map type of things. Like,
oh yeah, like they'll put a bunch of little idols around.
Yeah, and then you have to find it, and then somebody talks to you, and they tell you a little bit about, like, the area you're looking at. It's so uninspired. So everybody's doing that, right? Like, go around in 100% this game. This open world sandbox is just very uninspired, Elden Ring does what it always does best, which is it tells you lore without literally have to tell you. You can look at the environments and you can see, like, oh, that's interesting. What's going on there? You can read weapon descriptions if you want, but you don't really have to, but that's another good, just things like that. The world tells the story, whereas Horizon, the narrative does, and the narrative's not very interesting. And then there's just a lot of other little weird generic things thrown in there. Horizon does the whole thing where you can, like, go through all the dialogue options when you're talking to somebody, but only one of them actually progresses the game. So why would you even click on all the other ones? And you're like, oh, learn about the world. Well, it's not a very interesting way to learn about the world, to listen to people fucking talk and trying to play a video game.
Yeah.
It's the little things like that that'll make Elden Ring stand out more, but this guy wants to come out and he wants to fucking talk about quest design. Like, okay, well, Jesus. Which Elden Ring, the From Software games, they do have quests. They're a little cryptic at times, granted, but they have quests. Like, they have quest lines and all that stuff, so. All right. There's my angry rant.
It was a fun rant.
If you're a game dev, and you're, whatever, I'm not going to come after your game personally until you start disrespecting the others. I mean, it was one of the reasons I went after Death Stranding so hard, because I was like, at first Death Stranding came out, I was like, I could respect this, there's places in this for the gaming community, blah, blah. And then they're just like, well, it's actually like, kind of like the best thing ever made. We don't really understand how, but it is. I was like, all right.
It's the newest thing of
the
Strand genre.
I've lightened up a little bit on Death Stranding, but that was when I started coming out. I was like, all right. Don't be acting like you're better than all the other, games right now. Like, come on, or whatever. Something like, for example, Guardians of the Galaxy, right? It won Best Narrative last year. A lot of people, it was very controversial, although I have heard from a lot of people that have played the game. They were like, oh, yeah, absolutely, it should win Best Narrative. That being said, it was a very controversial thing, but you didn't see the devs coming out from Guardians and being like, oh, we absolutely fucking deserved it. Everybody else, like, the other narratives couldn't really...
Actually, didn't they have that... Didn't that someone... it was a company that was with them. They paid someone to animate that one scene where it was all of the Guardians characters doing that scene where it was like those people at that... When they were at that fight... And, like, the guy gets up close to the camera with his face.
I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if that was, like, taunting them or if it was just, like, celebrating. But
I'm not sure.
I know some people would view that as, like, devs attacking other devs.
I could see maybe why, but I'd be a little more lenient. I don't know. I feel like a more direct quote if I really knew, like... Is it okay to be like, we're very confident in our own narrative, we really felt like we deserved it? Oh yeah, absolutely, you can say that. Yeah. I just don't but don't tell me
them trying to take each other down.
Don't be like, oh, our narrative was so much better than Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, man, I mean, they obviously, if the critics had played our game, or clearly the critics did play our game because, they totally nixed Horizon Zero Dawn for quest design, as they should have. It's like, why you don't even don't be going after the other developer. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, Jesus, that would have made me probably go after like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, do you really want me to rip into it? Kind of thing. But
yeah.
But
yeah. Anyway,
all right. Well, I think that unless you have anything to add, I think that might wrap up the 5th Streamcast. A little bit smaller one today. I figured, I had a feeling maybe viewership would go down a little bit too because but I was like, we got to be consistent. Got to get the Streamcast in. I wanted to make sure we get it in. And I know I've been streaming 5 days in a row, so some people are probably feeling fatigue.
Yeah, you could also technically say that this is like the second Streamcast of the week because we did also stream the State of Play.
I had thought about just not doing it and calling that State of Play, and I was like, nah, there were some things I wanted to get into, and but that's okay. 5 streams in 1 week. That's crazy. I'm tired, though. I was really tired. I took 2 naps today and shit. So, that being said, despite the, what I kind of expected to be a little bit of a lesser Streamcast, a little bit lesser exciting news, all that stuff. And thanks for joining Ouija Gamer, by the way. I saw that. At the very least. We have fun streams planned for next week, too. So, no Streamcast, which will be good. A cat hair like floating. I'm like watching myself in the camera.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
I don't know where that came from. It must be on my shirt or something. I don't know.
What the hell?
I got this Bayonetta shirt today too. Isn't this dude? It's from one of my favorite artists on Twitter. But anyway, I'm excited about it. I just saw that.
It is a nice shirt.
It is a nice. It's fucking dull. I bought another. She did art of Ringo from Soul Hackers 2, so I was like, I bought that in a fucking heartbeat. It looks really good. It's the, well, I don't want to put down the other artists, but it's my favorite Ringo artwork I've seen so far. So we'll say that. It's like, well, I'm gonna get a Soul Hackers 2 shirt, of course. But anyways, yeah, we got fun streams planned for next week, I believe. So more Elden Ring Tuesday for sure. We'll do that. Elden Ring's gonna be here for a little while on Tuesdays, which is one of the reasons we'll probably be doing 3 streams a week. Monday, I am going to either play Pokemon Diamond or Legends Arceus because I want to beat both of them and take a long break from Pokemon until Scarlet and Violet come out. And then, so just a glimpse into the future with that as well. When I beat both of those games and we're done with Pokemon for a little bit, after that, I will do, I'm not sure which order. Bayonetta 1 and 2, I gotta get those in. I can't believe I still haven't streamed those because I'm gonna play 3 on stream when it comes out. You fucking better believe I'm gonna play Bayonetta 3. Is my favorite beat 'em up ever. Or hack and slash or whatever you want to call it. Breath of the Wild. We never play Zelda on stream. I need to play more Zelda in general, but I got to play Breath of the Wild 1 before 2 comes out. So there are some games I'm like, I don't care about playing the first before, I'm not streaming Soul Hackers 2, not at this point. But if I did, I wouldn't care about streaming the first one before I played the second. It depends on the game. That being said, I gotta beat Breath. I want to play and beat. I don't have to 100% it or anything, but just do the main dungeons, the main story, and enough to get me to kill Calamity Ganon and on stream have a good time with that game. So those are coming hopefully sooner rather than later after Pokemon. And then next week we also want to do a Pokemon card stream. Not like a card opening, but we had mentioned a while back we were gonna go through some of our old cards, take a look at them on stream. So it's going to be more of a chill, just relax, talking stream. I don't know if we'll do that Sunday or not. I have not decided. That's probably my preference, but it could be a Wednesday stream. We will see. So I think those are the streams planned for next week. On top of that, obviously we still have our sub goals up. So we met the sub goal for what was it? Now I can't even remember.
Sonic?
No. We met the sub goal for a Mario Party Superstar stream. Yay. So that was at 10 subs. So we will do a Mario Party Superstar stream. Like I said, it's meant to be an April stream, but we might do it late March if we want to fit it in. So look forward to that. We'll try to get 4 players, 4 of our friends here. Probably you, me, and 2 others. I know Gunnar. I think he has it. We are still 2 subs away from doing a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel tourney. And then I believe, so long as that has not updated, I have to look. Maybe it has. I don't. And then our last sub goal for the month. Yeah, so we're still 2 subs away because we're at 18. And then the last sub goal for the month was 30, which was the chat plays Sonic Adventure 2. And then I have sub goals set up for April, but I won't get into that right now. But just so you know, there's a lot of things coming. You can keep up on Twitter, Instagram.
We got big things coming.
YouTube, yeah. I'm going to be working a lot more. So I didn't really go into that like I said I was going to, unfortunately, but just trust me, there's things coming. So anyway, I just realized I put us in the special events category. Oops. Oh, well. That might be one of the reasons we had a little less viewership. That's okay, though. But anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I know Ouija Gamer, specifically in the comments, was here. So hi, Ouija Gamer. Thank you for watching. And we will see you all either Sunday for Pokemon card openings or Monday for Pokemon game. Later, guys.
See ya.